Rio Grande Games. There's a title by them I just saw, and now I want to tell you about it. Santa's Workshop. This is for 2 to 5 players ages 14 and up, and should take you about 45 to 60 minutes to complete. Santa's Workshop is a worker placement game taking place over 9 rounds, in which players use their elves to collect materials in order to build gifts and tend to the reindeer. Players may customize their workforce by sending elves to be trained in certain aspects of the game, which provide a benefit for the rest of the game. For some gifts, plastic may be substituted for the standard materials of fabric, wood, or metal. This will cause those gifts to score fewer Christmas cookies, but may allow the player to build more gifts in a shorter amount of time. This can be helpful when Santa comes around 3 times during the game for an inspection to see which team has made the most gifts. Players will have to decide when to visit the mail room in order to pick up which gifts to build, and when to tend to the reindeer. The reindeer accumulate points the longer they get unattended, and each of the 8 reindeer provide a unique bonus to the player. Oh, okay, so that's a little write-up from the publisher. Sounds fun, sounds seasonal, right? Okay, so I looked into this because it did. There's a few, but not a ton of Santa games out there, so I wanted to see what else I could come up with about this. Now, this is a light worker placement game. In fact, a lot say that as far as worker placement games go, this could be considered a great gateway game. Kind of game that'll get someone who has not played this style of game, worker placement, and get them interested in it. That they'll see how easy it is and how fun it can be, a gateway game. So that's a plus, that's a bonus, because that means that you're getting non-regular hardcore gamers to the table to try to play this. Maybe some family or friends that don't normally sit down at the table, especially around December. I enjoy the way this doesn't sound like just a farcical of a game. This doesn't sound like something just thrown and slapped together with little thought about it. I like the fact that there is a bit of strategy, turn to turn, it sounds like, from trying to figure out what you want to do. Are you just going to be a workhorse and just power through, make a gift, like a machine? Or are you going to spend some of that time maybe going to training? So you're losing time out on building now, but you're learning to build better for later. It's a trade-off. But is that trade-off worth it? You know, there's a lot of little balances in this game, and that does make it a little bit more strategic than one would think right away. Just hearing that this is just a Christmas game. No, there is a little bit of strategy to it. I dig that. Okay, I gotta say, I think it's pretty damn hysterical that in this game, your elves can opt to cheat, that they can use plastic in place of the normal materials used to make toys. Although you do get penalized a little for it, it'll help you make more bulk toys faster. I just think that's really hysterical, the way it kind of looks down on the plastic. It's really funny. I kind of like that that's in the game. Now, although this game is specifically a Christmas game, come on, it's a board game. It can be played anytime. But I understand the fact that maybe in the middle of May, you might not have an itch to pull out a Christmas game. But at least all during the season. I would say this is more of a seasonal game than anything. But either way, however you view it, it still comes off very heavily as an almost perfectly fun family-style game. And it's not necessarily geared for the smaller of the kids. I mean, the age category is 14 and up, so it's not a little child's game. Although I'm sure you know your kids, you know that your kids and what they're good at and what they're better at than something else. So maybe your 10-year-old might get into this. But the point is that this game isn't aimed for kids, and that's for a reason, because it doesn't play for kids, but it does play for families. So a family fun game for the winter months. And something that might be found underneath a Christmas tree. I think that's even more perfect. Another thing I think it's funny, it sounds in this game, is the fact that you're reading the letters to Santa. Not only apparently to find out who wants what, but also to help with the naughty list, from what I've read apparently. So that's really funny. That's funny that you're dealing with the letters to Santa. Rio Grande Games may have just landed with a great holiday Christmas themed game here. But don't listen to me or anyone else. Don't be influenced by us when you can go get the info yourself and be informed. So go get more information on Rio Grande's Santa's Workshop.